Get everything set here. Hello, Pamela and Daisy. Not sure I have everything muted yet. That delay. I believe it is. And what are you girls up to today? I thought I'd just check in for a few minutes. I wanted to maybe cut on this churn dash here for the sampler sew along. I don't have much to talk about. Hello, Pamela. And there's Daisy. Try not to leave anybody out. Sometimes I miss them, and I'm sorry if I do. Apologize for that. Is there another comment down there that I can't see? Hello, Donna. Sun's shining here today. It's actually a pretty day. Hello, Debbie Williams. And Mary Webb. I think my fabrics are pretty too. I know the designer made them pretty, but that's why we pick them, because the designer makes them pretty. And Pamela going to organize her sewing room. Oh, I know, Sandra, you're over there at Kathy's, but I just thought somebody might want to pop in here and chat just for a minute. I can't, well, I'm just got a few right now, but I've got more fabrics coming. And hello, Vera, from Texas. Vera's in Texas. Is it pretty in Texas today? Today's just a nice day here. I've been about all week. I've been trying to catch up on laundry. And my clothesline's hanging full still. I washed and hung it out and washed and hung out some more. I'm actually expecting someone that might be coming by to help me with some stuff I need to learn how to do. You're getting your oil changed at the dealership. So what are you doing? You sitting there scrolling your phone, Donna? Is that what you're doing? I'm loving that fabric. And wait, when I get some more, y'all will love it all. If you got the same taste as I do, you'll like it. It takes a lot of work to get enough stuff to open up a fabric store, don't it? I guess I went into it clueless. I had no idea. So what have I got? I haven't counted them, but I can count on both hands how many bolts of fabric I have. And Pam says it's nice there today. The sun is shining, the mud's drying up. I know, but I think it's supposed to rain here again Friday. About the time the mud dries up a little bit and thickens up, then it's going to rain again. And hello, Joanna. How are you today? Yeah, Donna's is scrolling her phone. I've got more. I didn't know that you had to order so far in advance, but some of them new collections they won't be here till August. Well, you got to start someplace, don't you? You do. Well, do you hear that? I actually built a little fire in the stove here because it was kind of cool in this house. It had cooled off, and I hadn't been up here much with all the bad weather we've had. Y'all are as bad about fabric as I am. And touch it. I just touch it, rub it like it's just something precious, and it is. And Vera's, I'm going to fix my late lunch. I'm working on a 5-yard quilt project. Oh. And Mary Webb has rain coming any minute. And Mary, you're in California, right? Am I right on that? I can't remember where everybody all the time. And sometimes I go blank on where you guys are from. And Joanna says, I'm okay. I got a bunch of shots in my back yesterday, so I'll be moving slow. Oh, my. Oh, my. Yep. See, I remember things every once in a while, don't I, Mary? And I've posted the link if somebody wants to come up here and chat. And I'll get my box of fabric. I brought this up here today. This is on that Sanford quilt. So I was going to try to get this block cut. You know, the churn dash. So I've got it right here. Yeah. Poor Joanna with her shots. That's bad. That's not good. That's bound to hurt. And Debbie is in Columbia, South Carolina. Debbie, you may have to tell me that again. You know, we've got somebody local here. I think their name is Debbie Williams. But that's probably a pretty common name. Oh, Donna's already made the churn dash. I've not made it yet. Did you have to study those directions pretty close, Donna? Because you had to go plumb to the last page to find out how to cut for the 12.5, didn't you? Or that's what it looks like I gonna have to do. Hadn't picked out which colors. Let's see. It's got a background and 2 colors. Here's my others. Trying to keep them all in this little box. This little, what is it, a raspberry box. It's in a raspberry box. Joanna says, Mary Webb, thank you. I'm very grateful that in a couple of days it will help out a lot. Let's see, what color should I pick? What should I pick? That's kind of green. I could use that one. And I picked the Cadence is the one I'm using. Those 2 would be pretty, wouldn't they? I'm sure they do help. Hello, Francis. Oh, looks like you're still in bed.
Yeah, my right side did real good. My left side's still a little bit painful.
Where
did I go now?
You're still there. And Donna says she messed up on cutting one piece and had to do it again. It's just fabric, Donna.
I saw that pretty fabric you got in.
Ain't that pretty?
It sure is. I know I tried calling you. I told John, I said, she's at the other house.
Yeah. But that's so pretty. I don't know. Well, I've got to figure out how to sell it now.
Yeah. I've been up quite a bit this morning. I've got dinner ready to go in the oven and stuff. I've been trying to get up and move around a lot.
And Virginia says, hey, Rita, watching and cutting blocks. I thought I would chat and work at the same time, but I don't think that's possible.
I don't see the chat.
If I read chat, I can't get anything else done.
I think I'm going to have to get my tablet so that I can see the chat.
And yeah, I'm using fat quarters. I picked the Cadence line, and I'm using fat quarters for mine. So they're all blending real pretty.
That is some pretty material.
Mm-hmm. That's what you picked to do yours with too, I think.
Yep.
Hello, Lisa, Awkward Quilter. How are you today?
I needed help. But there was no way out. You know, we had to change up.
They worked there in high school. That when the
Okay, there I am. Let me get myself situated.
Virginia says she loves the cadence too. And one of those three that I bought back there in the other room is made by the same designer that made the cadence. Crystal Manning, I believe was the name. She designed one of them. Which one? Forget now which one it was. Francis left us. I'm going to see if I can cut here. I'm going to try. Got my cutting board right here. And Donna says, Vera, I'm using a fat quarter bundle that is all pastels. And hello, Gladys.
loving your face right now.
We're hearing your TV, Francis, or
Oh
something.
yeah, I forgot.
And
I forgot to mute it.
Gladys is probably on that other live too. Sandra doesn't come in. It said howdy and told us she was on the other one.
Yeah, I think they're on today. I saw it.
I need to go get busy. That sewing room won't organize. Well, you can listen while you organize, Pamela.
Yeah.
Hello, Sue Prater. How many fat quarters do I need? I printed out some of the blocks is all I have done. So I really don't know how many you're going to need. I just got a pretty good size bundle because I thought they were pretty and they'd go and I like to make scrappy quilts sometimes. So I like to have pretty scraps. And Donna should have chosen something more colorful. I think that your pastels is going to be pretty.
Yeah.
This one's got some darker ones and lighter ones. I really think I'm going to use these two on my churn dash. Just listen. You can't chat. Okay. We might get kind of quiet around here though. Somebody don't bring up something to talk about though. Turn on another light. It's dark in here. Well, Francis. Oh, who we got? Got Joanna. Hello, Joanna.
Hello.
Hello.
Joanna just had her some shots too for.
Yeah, they did my left side this week. They did my right side last week. If I can get this thing to set right.
They did both of mine yesterday.
They did ablations and insurance will only pay for 2 shots at a time.
Right.
They
There
did
goes the
two.
road grader down my road. You hear it?
So they did 2.
First time
on
I've seen the road grader in a while.
And then they couldn't do both sides at the same time because it would have been 4 plus the 4 or 5 that they do for numbing.
Yeah, I know. Those ablations like that, they've only paid so much.
Well, yeah, it took me 8 weeks to get through the process because of Christmas and New Year's, because you have to have 2 sets of tests. But,
Yeah, they do one to see if it's going to help, and then they do the real one the next time.
well, now they have to do it twice to see if it's.
Uh-huh.
Used to be you could do it once, go through it once, and then set up for the real one. Now you have to do 2 tests at least 2 weeks apart. They're getting really weird
Yeah.
with the rules. But I had something to show Rita. If I can get that set. Put them all in here. This is Arkansas Crossroads.
Yes. Isn't that pretty?
That's
my-
pretty.
I made it thinking about Arkansas.
Yeah, dirt road. Yeah.
Dirt road and the green with like the trees
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
and
Like I just told you, the road grader just went down my dirt road in front of this building. So.
yeah. to the dirt road, and then the flowers by the road, and then you have a field, and then you have the.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's neat. Yeah, I like that.
I did this one backwards.
Oh, oh, but that made an
It's
interesting
pretty.
talk. Oh,
Yeah.
I like
It's
that.
beautiful.
Yeah, I just didn't. I like it, and I won't change it. And I finished this one. This is the one I was working on.
I love that pattern.
Yeah, and I hadn't made that one, but I like that.
It wasn't that hard. This was, but this is the hardest block I've ever done.
I haven't attempted that one. That's a lot of little pieces.
And then these two.
Yeah, I like
Mhm.
that one. Yeah.
Well, this one, the way it came out was I started with this, but it was a 6-inch strip.
Uh-huh.
So I had the exact amount left over to do it.
Yeah.
So
And
I just
Mary,
used it.
yeah, Mary Webb says very nice, and Donna Armstrong says very pretty. They are. They're beautiful.
Yeah, well, these are the first big blocks I've ever done, this size.
Okay.
Smaller projects, but I've not done ones this big.
Hmm.
So I'm working on the friendship block, and then I'll work on the next one. And I think I'm going to use these for the friendship block. This has,
Let's make that big again.
wait, this has,
Oh yeah.
and then hearts for the red,
Uh-huh.
and then purple for my solid.
Now was there little dog bones on that one?
Yeah.
Is that
There-
yeah,
there-
okay. All right, for the dog. Yeah, oh, that's gonna be sweet. I never thought about that, but yeah.
Well, I was trying to think of things that represented friendship. And
Uh-huh.
one of the things that represents is our dogs. Well, we found this in the Easter
Uh-huh.
yesterday. And then I had this.
Yeah. Yeah.
And since it has the pastels and then a solid, I like the purple to go with it
Yeah.
for the
Oh,
solid.
that's gonna make a pretty block. And I like that block because I like my little four-legged friends, my little doggies. Oh.
Yeah, we have between our chickens and our dogs and our stray cats, they keep us busy.
Justina, hello, Justina. She wanted to stop by and say hi.
I'll be back.
Okay.
I was going to show you this because I think maybe you should do one of these for your grandkids. It's a Noah's Ark, and it's a panel. And when you
Okay.
make it,
Hmm.
it makes the ark, but all the animals go inside.
Oh, that's cute.
And so you can carry it around, but you can put, and it's by Moda,
Uh-huh.
and it's one panel.
Okay. Well, that's
And
cute.
and it has all the, see, I have their farm, and then I have their horse barn,
Mm-hmm.
and I have the dogs where the puppies go in the pocket and the cats go in the pocket. So I figured I needed the ark to go with it. In fact, I got dinosaurs, 3 dinosaur panel from Moda, 50% off.
Hey,
Yes, sir.
Nancy.
I make them and I hang them around my sewing area.
Mm-hmm.
But I thought your kids might really like that, and it'd be simple enough for you to put together.
Hey, Gladys.
That would.
And like I said, they actually have one that's a farm where you make a barn, and then it has chickens and cows and horses, and it all goes inside the barn
Hmm.
when you're done futzing with it. Anyway, so, but I just thought I'd come up and say hello.
Yeah, stay up here and chat. I'm gonna see if I can't cut this one out.
I was thinking the same thing. Some of these are a little bit hard because the 12 inches on the back page.
Yeah, you got to hunt for it. Hello, you say crochet.
And this churn dash,
Longer. Sorry.
on the churn dash, it doesn't, it just says squares, triangles, So you have to kind of decipher what it's substituting.
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
Yeah.
Susan.
But so, but the turn dash will be next. I think I've got 6 done, so I'm finally catching up. It's just a slow process. Oh, and you said on the best friends you had to cut your blocks down to 2.25 inches.
Or two, whatever it was. Don't hold to that 2 1/4. But I had to trim them down.
Well, right here in small print it says should measure exactly 2 1/4 inches.
Okay.
So it does say it hidden down here.
Hidden. Okay. Sometimes I just read the pictures more than I read the words, which gets me into trouble sometimes.
Yes, it does sometimes, don't it? It does me.
That's what happened with my Eliza star. Is I started putting it together, and I got the 2 things. And yesterday morning, about 3 o'clock, I went to finish this, and I thought I got it all done, and I pressed it open, and this was upside down. This section was upside down. So I had to take it out. And I stared at that puppy and stared at it, and I still got it upside down. So I had to take it out and redo it.
Okay. If y'all have a mind to, would you vote for my cat to win a contest with Americans' favorite pets? If this is inappropriate, just disregard. We're trying to win her a gift card and a place in a magazine. Well, I'll go check that out.
Nothing's going on really, Nancy. I just had a couple of injections yesterday trying to see if it would help my back.
Hey,
But I don't know. I know I feel bad today. Whew.
Well, to me, it has 4 phases. One is the shock phase that takes 2 or 3 days. The second is your honeymoon, where your next 2 weeks are the best. The next phase, 2, 3, and 4 go together, which is how well it's going to work and duration. And so you start moving into that about the 3rd week. That's what I found and you may have found that too, but they forget.
It takes a while for it to, he told me that it would probably take a week or so for me to be able to tell, but I could tell yesterday afternoon about my right side. My right side was feeling really better, but I'm more dominant on my left side. I get up on the left side of the bed. When I'm standing, I put all my weight on my left leg, and it's just.
Yeah. Well, everybody's different, but usually I've found that if it's going to help me, I get some relief right away, and then the pain gets worse for about 3 days, 2-3 days, and then I really know. Like with my right hip, he did my back, and finally my right hip is about a 3 or a 4. So for 1.5 years, it's been at an 8, 7 or 8. So that's progress. And hopefully it'll last as long as they say, because he did an ablation instead of a steroid shot in that. So we shall see. Better than they did prolotherapy for 2 years until I found a surgeon to try and supposedly fix that hip, and that was 20 to 25 shots every 3 months. So this was cake.
Nancy asked if I got her package, and I did, and I showed it this morning, and I've laid them down, and they disappeared. They're up here somewhere. Y'all know I can lay things down, and 5 minutes later they disappear. But
I think you were in a different room than you are now, though.
back there.
You were showing your material.
I'll go back there and look again. I thought they were laying on the table, and I walked back there, but they wasn't laying there. What did I do with them?
They were really cute, Nancy.
Yeah.
I bet they're gonna smell really good too when you put them in the burner thing.
I'm going to go back there just in a minute and look for them again. But Virginia is working on the Churn Dash today, but this one is the Riley Blake 2023 Challenge. I heard y'all talking about the Churn Dash. There's Doggle Ben. I'm missing some of the comments. Hi, just waiting at the doctor's office. Passing the time till they
Well,
call.
happy birthday, Susan's husband.
Yeah, happy birthday, Susan's husband.
Happy birthday, Susan's other half. Really? I got this
Ma'am.
butcher block table at Sam's, and it was a $400 table, and I got it for $90. It was the last one.
Wow.
Sat here for a few months till I could put it together. It's supposed to be like, and it's on wheels, and I use it as my cutting counter. And I thought that the bottom shelf I could put things on. Well, the dogs took it, and the oldest one just pushed all the blankets off of it under my feet.
Yep.
Was that necessary? She's got dementia. She'll be 15 in a couple weeks, and she's got dementia, and so she has weird days and weirder days. But for a big dog, we've done well with her. She's not
Yeah.
in the house. She belongs to my nephew, my sister's youngest grandson. She's just been visiting for 15 years. Haven't you?
And this is what Nancy sent me. See the little piggies? Little wax mouths. Aren't they cute?
I think they're so cute.
They are. So see, Nancy, I got them. And she looks for chicken mold, but she hadn't found them yet. Hello, Charlotte. And I know Joanna's in North Carolina.
Yes, ma'am.
Because Susan Munger's asked that.
We're at North Carolina.
I live in Rocky Point, but it's about 20 minutes from Wilmington, which is right off
Uh-huh.
the coast.
I live in North Carolina too.
Yeah.
I live in Henderson. I'm originally from Fayetteville.
Oh, okay.
But-
Yeah.
I live in Henderson now, up near South
Mhm.
South Hill, Virginia. It's about 30 minutes from here.
Yeah. I came here 31 years ago, April, for a month to visit a friend, and the second month she talked me into staying. So it's been 31 years, and except for 96 when I went and spent some time with my dad for a few months, and then I went to Germany for 2 years worth of graphic school in 4 months.
Jane wants to know how you can tell a dog has dementia.
Well, like one thing is that they lose skills. The other is like they'll stare at a wall. So like she'll like go and just stand and stare at a wall. And like her whole life I've thrown treats and she's the one that catches them. On her bad days, she'll just stare, she'll stand there and stare, and you can throw things and hit her on the nose and she won't respond.
Wow.
They
Yeah.
get really close to you. Like they will always want to be like right by your leg or right. It's like the proximity of their closeness. But a lot of it is you just get like this blank look on their face, like they're lost. And she'll often just go and stand and stare at the corner. Like, or she'll just like want to be in my skin, and it's like, well, I can't get you any closer.
Yeah.
Hi,
And then-
Lisa.
And then, like I said, on her good days, she'll catch a treat still. But when she's not having a good day, I'll throw a treat, and she'll just stare, and it'll drop right at her feet, and it takes a little bit for her to.
And Lisa says, Joanna, that you're speaking very softly.
Let's try that. Is that better? normally she'll catch a treat when you throw it. Like from what she'll do is
It's repeating.
get this,
She's
like,
froze.
stare, and you'll throw the treat and it'll just drop right on the floor, and it'll take her a little bit to even realize it's there, and sometimes you have to show her. But a lot of it is just, you just see that it's like she's not there and she's lost. And so, but for a big dog, because she's a border collie mix, 15 years is good. I mean, that's a blessing.
Mm-hmm. All right. Somebody tell me how to cut that one. That one right there. You got your pattern there. Hello, Carrie.
Hey, Carrie.
All right. Cut this one.
I saw you taking that dog out last night, Carrie.
Okay, Rita, they're saying to cut a 10 by 1.5 inch strip and put them together and sew your 1/4 inch. Open it up and then cut it into your 2.5 inch segments.
Is that big enough for the 12.5 inch block?
Oh, well, wait a minute. I'm on the wrong one. Forgot about that. Okay. No, that wouldn't be big enough. And that's what I was trying to do the math about, because it's saying here.
Let's see, 4.5 by 2.5 inches for the rectangles.
So you need a 2-inch strip and you need 4 of them. So I would say so 4 would be 12, 13, that'd be 14 inches. Because if you need 4
So,
of them,
but it needs to be 2.5 inches.
yes, it needs to be 2.5 wide. And if you're making 4 of them, then that's 16 inches, and your 1/2 inch, 4 1/2 inches is 2 more. So that's an 18-inch strip. So if it were me, I'd cut a little bit of a longer strip for comfort.
And I'm using this bag quarter, and it's 22 inches. So I'm gonna cut it the whole length of it here, 2.5.
Yes, because my math says 4 4s are 16, and then you got 4 1/2 inches, so that'd be 2, so that'd be an 18-inch strip.
And those half square triangles are 4 7/8, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Which is just a mess of a measurement.
Scroll on down to Lisa, Rita.
You're not supposed to give measurements on someone's pattern. You can get a copyright strike.
Oh, well, I thought if it was a free pattern.
Is it free? Yeah.
If it's a free pattern, I could understand.
I wasn't needing to know, because that one was getting tricky to figure.
So, Lisa, if it's a free pattern that anybody can download, you haven't paid for it, is it still a copyright strike because it's not paid? I mean, I understand if we had to buy the pattern, but these are all free. And I was just trying to help her do the math, because that hurt my head.
I know.
When I was looking at it, and I thought, well, I think it's 18 inches. You do 2 strips and then cut them into your 4.5 inch blocks. But I would do, like you said, a 20 or 22, because then you know you have enough. I mean, especially if you're doing a fat quarter. And then your 4 is, whatever. So that would be an interesting question to find out.
Yeah.
Okay, she has a copyright disclaimer on her page. Okay. Well, I'm sorry. I mean, we're all. I mean, I guess I thought since we each had the pattern, she has it, I have it, you have it. We're not
and we're all going to her page and traffic through there. But anyway,
It just says the content on these pages, including text, are the sole property Delaware quilts and may not be used or reproduced in any manner without consent. Okay, well, we haven't reproduced it. And she has the pattern. I have the pattern. Everybody who's doing it has the pattern. So, yeah, I don't know how that works. Because sometimes we just need help with math.
and Susan says not supposed. Yeah, I was needing some help figuring it out.
See, and that's the squares. That's not the strips. The strips are 13 inches. If you do the math out, that's not on the pattern. That's doing the math. See, that's what's hard about this one is when she puts it on the back. She puts these numbers in, but she doesn't put like of the blue, of the white. So you have to kind of, on the front, she'll tell you what you need of each color and how to measure. On the back, she makes you transfer it to those things. But, so, but Rita, do 13 by 2.5.
I went ahead and cut the whole length of that back quarter.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Well, that you're probably gonna have enough for 2. Because of what it says for the rectangles is the last thing, and when you do the math, 4 is 4. Yeah, you're doing fine.
Yeah.
16.
Let's
17.
see.
Yeah.
And Deb, hello, Deb.
So my apologies.
There was a question a little bit ago about music or outer clothes. Anyway, so Mary Webb had rather have her outer clothes. So
that's funny, Lord Coulter. It's funny, Lisa. Well, that gets confusing because we each have it and it's a free pattern. So we're not reproducing it. We're not sharing something we bought. We're trying to figure out the math from the creator. So that would be confusing to me. Of how
hello, hello, Jean. Well, Francis disappeared.
So I'm sorry if I offended anybody. That's not right, because that's the squares.
John just came home. All the doctor told me was, to be careful. Now, so far, my right side's doing good. My left side still has a little bit of twinge of a pain in it. So I'm just going to give it a few days and see what happens.
Well, ice is probably your best friend if they let you use it.
I have no idea how to foundation paper piece.
Yeah, I appreciate that, Lisa. I don't want Rita in trouble. It's just confusing to me because it's a free pattern. And we both have the pattern, and everybody doing this has the pattern. and we were just figuring out math. So I don't want Rita to get dinged for a problem. It's just
No, I don't either.
we're not reproducing it, but I don't know what used in any manner without consent. Well, it's a free pattern. So I don't want to get her in trouble. I was just trying to help her with math. And I guess I should be more vague about math. Because it confused me and it took me a little while to think it through to figure out the math. And that math is not on the pattern, so that's my brain.
Sewing backwards or upside down.
Yeah, some of these Delaware quilt instructions are not the easiest to follow.
Rita,
Yeah,
I'm gonna go, hon. John just got home. Do you think you're gonna be going on tonight?
I can't say for sure
I
yet.
know, I know.
Hey, I love you.
Uh,
You
See,
take care,
he
Shannon,
don't think you're cute.
for
He
you.
loves you. Rusty Bucket thinks you're cute. John loves you. I Swanee.
Well,
I'm gonna kidnap you when I come out there, and you gonna come back with me, and Francis gonna stay with Terry for a little while. I want you to train me and
I don't know
teach me
about
how to do all these
She
things.
says she don't know about that.
I want you to train me and teach me all these things that you know about canning and stuff and the ways to do it.
We know how to do it.
forgot more than most people ever know. So
All right, I'm gonna go. I love y'all.
I
I'll
love you.
watch for you.
love you too.
Bye bye.
Bye. I'll just say it again. Thank you, Lisa. I don't want any trouble. No trouble, no trouble.
To walk on the other side to cut. Yeah, this ain't wife. No, it's not wife swap at all. Not at all. I'm pretty suited with the one I got. I think I'll just keep him.
You got him all broke in. You don't want to start.
Yeah. Hey, Wilkes, how you today? Wilkes is in North Carolina too, Joanna.
Where are you? Well, you're in Wilkes County.
Wilkes, yeah, Wilkes County. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Duh. Take those shots. Yeah, well, he stuck me about 5 times each side on the back of my head, and that's sore than my back. So maybe that's affecting my brain today.
Oh no.
Well, I told him I was having trouble here, and he pressed, and it sparks migraines. So hopefully that'll help. But it's like, quit poking me. Let's quit. We're just going to go with an 8-inch square.
That kind of makes sense too. Regardless of what's on the web page, those are all old patterns, so they can't be copyright protected.
Well, I understand giving somebody their due.
Yeah.
It's just very, unfortunately, in this situation, it is confusing to me because it's free. We're not manipulating it.
Uh-huh.
Everybody got the pattern. So
Yeah.
it's not like we're sharing something somebody else doesn't
Yes.
have. And we're doing math that isn't on the pattern. But I don't want you to get in trouble.
Hello, Teresa Louise.
Hello, ladies.
And hello, Pam.
So what are you working on?
On the sampler quilt on the churn dash block.
And I'm trying to do this best friend because I'm still trying to catch up.
And I've got my stuff cut. Now I need to go to the sewing machine, and it's not in this room.
Uh-oh.
There wasn't a load of gravel. We had a sinkhole on this dirt road, though, come up. So I guess that's what the road grader was doing, was fixing it.
Hey, Rita, when are you going to start selling fabric?
So I won't be long.
I saw you got some bolts in.
I've got a few, and I've got several more ordered, but they all don't come the same time. But
Do you have an idea?
So, do what?
Do you have an idea of your price range?
That yardage are probably $10 a yard on that yardage.
Yeah. I went to Harbor Freight day before yesterday and picked up one of those magnet little pans.
Uh-huh.
I'll put it on my long arm.
Yeah, when you're pinning, when I have to pin mine in, because I don't have them things you slide it in there. So it's nice to have those pins real handy when you're reaching. And that's quite a reaching across there, pinning that sometimes. That's harder than doing the quilting on it.
Yeah, I find I just go behind it and do it. And then I got one of those things to try that Shady Susan had. I just put it on one from the dollar store, a clear one. I don't know if you can see it.
Okay, and what does that? Let me see that. Hold that back up again. See
the hook?
Uh-huh.
It's one of the clear ones from the dollar store.
Okay.
But I got this one. I was going to try it too and see how it worked. Susan was showing that she picked up some the other day. Her husband did for her, or she did, or whatever. But it's the suction cup one. So
I figured out how to get. I mean, that was too big for some of these, so I use the OmniGrid, and it just goes on clear and covers your whole ruler so it doesn't rock, and it's
right.
really easy to use, and that stuff makes it real nice, but it doesn't flip as much. But
I don't know how well this is going to work, or if I put it in the right place or not. And the thing is, it's stuck on there. So if I change my mind, I'll have to probably get another one and put on there. Anyway, I kept walking around trying to think, was there anything else that anybody said to get that was there? And I couldn't think of anything else. I've got about 5 more rows to go on my Jelly Roll quilt that's on the long arm. My cat's taking a nap right now out there, so.
I don't have anything on my long arm right now. Gee,
Well,
vacuum my sewing room, my poor vacuum. I've run more vacuum, but picking up threads on that thing.
Get a little shop vac to go over it first. And then after you got most of your stuff done, then you can go back with a push one or whatever, regular one. That's what I do. I have a little shop vac that's from Shark,
Mhm.
and I just use the wide nozzle on it. I go over everything first, and then just to go back to get more of the dirt stuff,
Mhm.
and I just go back over it to finish it up with the other one.
Huh.
Yeah, I'd be sitting there cutting out threads too. I try not to throw them on the floor, but it happens.
It happens, yeah.
I watched something that said if you took a scrap piece of batting and just put a piece of fabric underneath of it and put it around the edges and threw your thread on that, the batting would catch the threads and then you could pick it off.
Hmm.
And you could make
Yeah.
it the size you wanted. I got a bunch of scrap batting, so I plan to try that, but
Hmm.
haven't gotten around to it yet.
Hmm.
I don't even remember where I saw it, but they just took a piece of batting and then they took the fabric and then they put it around the edge like that and tacked it down. And then when they dropped the threads on the batting, it stuck.
Hmm.
And
I need to cut some fabric and start another project between doing that other one.
but this thing for picking up pins that I drop, this is by Dirts, and it's got a magnet on it, so it'll pick up your pins and your drop, anything that's magnetic. And I'll tell you what, this thing,
It gets them, don't it? Yeah.
and I've tried several different things, but this thing, and I only paid like $4 for it.
Hmm.
I got 2 or 3 of them, and I do use those little containers that she got it. Those little containers like this.
Mhm.
But I cheated because a couple weeks ago there's this closeout place called Ollie's, and they had 4 for $5.
Well,
And
that's a
one was
good
red,
price.
one
Yeah.
was red, one was gold, and 2 were stainless. So I thought I'm gonna go pick up some spares because I can't. I got a mess over here, Rita. I'm doing what you do.
Oh, I make such a mess, and I can't ever find anything. It's terrible. I'm a mess.
Well, I do that. I have a semblance of organization, but every once in a while I have to go through and pick everything up, and you're not alone. I get busy creating, and I'll deal with it later, and then I'll be looking for things.
I'm going to turn y'all over this way.
Okay.
Let me show you something I have to deal with.
That cat
Wake up. Wake up.
got him a nice new blanket to lay on.
Yeah. And she makes a dent right there with her heavy butt. She's put on probably doubled her weight since we've gotten her. She was so tiny. Okay, you're going to have to wake up, sweetie. I'll be back. She's got another bed. I'll go put her on.
Well, the other night we had a discussion about fabric and designers doing a cheaper version for places like Joann's. And so I pulled out some Alexander Henry, some Henry Glass, some Wingate, some Kaufman, and I put them side by side between local quilt shop, Joann's, Hobby Lobby, and I couldn't tell the difference in the quality. So my sister's not a quilter, but she likes good fabric. So I had her come back and do a blind look. Which one do you think would come from the cheaper store? And she couldn't.
Couldn't
She
tell the
couldn't
difference.
pick that either. So somebody had said that those designers do a cheaper version to sell to the box stores than they do to local quilt shops, and 3 people said that's a myth. So I thought, well, listen, I've got some of each. Now, all of those designers are premium, are sold under the premium, which can run $11.98 or $14.98 unless you get it on sale at Joann's. And
I'm not that fussy.
honestly, I agree with the 3 people who said that that was a myth, because I did a side by side comparison simply because I was curious.
Mhm.
I
And
do.
sometimes you can feel a difference in cheap fabric and
Yes.
the top of the line. Sometimes.
Well, you can, but they were saying that these top designers like Alexander Henry Glass, Wingate, Three Wishes, Kaufman, who does Kona and other designs, that he has a second factory that does a cheaper version, and under their names they do a cheaper version and send it to like Joann's, and then they do a better version they send to a quote shop. And 3 people disagreed and said that was a myth. So I, out of curiosity, took several of those and put them side by side, and in those instances I could not tell the difference. But yes, there is fabric at particularly Joann's that I won't use because of the thinness and that type of thing. But there are some stuff at local quote shops that I found that I won't use for the same reason. So oops.
Well, this jelly roll sure does have a lot of lint on it because they did that.
I just fractured my ruler. What was that, ma'am?
I'm trying to think of the word right now.
Oh.
Pinking shear.
Ah.
That to the side, so it leaves a lot of lint. Little bitty pieces everywhere. Don't want that. Now, until I become a really, really good person, I'm not going to be picky. Matter of fact, I call Hobby Lobby before I even get in the car and go over there.
Well,
I say, is today 40% off day?
yeah, but I will tell you that a lot of the fabric I've seen at HL by Brother and Sister and those types is good quality. I mean, decent.
Yeah,
The money.
they have gotten better.
Yes, they've gotten better. Brother and Sister fabric has surprised me on some of, and their designs you can't get. Some designs you just can't get at your LQS as much as I support them. Show you something. I'll be right back.
Hello, Sheila. Sorry. Sheila said, knock, knock. I've let her up.
I noticed you were using a lint roller, Pam.
Huh?
I noticed you were using a lint roller with the sticky sheets.
Yeah.
I switched to this.
Oh, that thing that girl's selling?
No, it's called a Tom Tom ruler.
Oh, okay.
Roller, and it stores all the lint in the back here, and you just empty it.
Hello.
They make one that looks like a cat. They make one.
Why can't you see me?
But this,
I don't know. Just a profile picture is all I see.
I know. I don't understand it.
Using this.
Oh,
and
there you are.
Again, operator error.
It's just so easy. You just roll it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just something to think about. I put off a long time getting one of these. It's by
Where did you get it at?
Amazon.
Okay.
But it's made for pet hair, and it's called a Chom Chom.
A Tom Tom?
Chom. CHOM.
Oh, Chom.
Chom.
Okay.
But they make one that looks like a cat. has a, and they make one that looks like a dog. They just were out of the dog ones, but I put
Yeah.
off getting one, but since I started using it, I found it just so much easier, and I'm not having all those leftover pieces of sticky paper. I mean, for small jobs, but for big jobs,
Right.
and that it picked up more, and you just go back and forth, and then everything is in here. All the little pieces are in here like that, and you pull it out, threads, picks up thread, everything, and then you start over again. But that way you don't have to keep getting more and more sticky sheets.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
easy.
that's just the first roll I bought. And
Yeah, well,
I got it at the dollar store.
I was just making a suggestion because I finally, after 2 years or 3 years of looking at it, decided to get one, and I thought, shoot, I should have gotten this sooner because it works so well.
Yeah.
And but yeah, and you can get one that looks like, that's orange and kind of looks like a tabby.
Rita, I seen all that beautiful fabric you were showing this morning.
Isn't that pretty? I don't have much yet, but it's coming and it's all pretty.
Oh, I really like that. Doing a 3-yard quilt.
Yeah,
Now
me too.
that navy with the flowers on it and the green.
Uh-huh.
The 3 you showed together. Yes, I'd love to do a 3-yard.
When I was picking them out, I thought, if I was doing this, I would pick this one and this one and this one.
So when are you going to start selling it?
No, it won't be long because I've got to start getting some investment back now. So
Yeah. Have you figured out yet how much a yard you're going to ask for it?
I think for that motor, that $10 a yard for that yardage would be about fair. I think, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, that's what I was thinking. So.
All right. Well, as soon as you do it, out of those 3 you were showing,
Uh-huh.
I want a yard of each of those.
Okay.
And also on your white, the Bella white, that is what I always try to get to use when I'm doing a white backing.
Mm-hmm.
I always, and this one girl had it, and she had the number. It seemed like it had like 997 on it.
Okay. Now, let's see. I've got this one. This one had a long time. This is a white bleached, and it's 99098. But back there, I've got a porcelain. I think is one of them. And I've got two or three different shades. You can see a difference if you're looking at them.
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
But I really like that Bella solids. I really like them. I'm not much on Kona solids.
No, they're kind of flimsy to me. I don't like the way they feel.
I don't want to mess with it.
A few years ago, I got some. I ain't got no more since because I didn't like it.
Yeah. I mean, if that's all you can afford, yeah, get that. But I just don't like it. And I don't know why. I try to come up on my iPad and it just spins and spins and spins and it won't connect. I do not know why. Because I go to YouTube to you and then I go through StreamYard. But I don't know.
I don't either.
And I bet I spent 2 hours changing my picture on YouTube, and then I had to do it on Google also.
I don't know nothing about this technology. I just barely get by. Just barely.
Well, I can do it, but it takes a long time to get it done. And just finding where to go to change it was difficult.
Uh-huh.
I tried to come through StreamYard and I couldn't get it to work. So I could use some of mine or use my time.
Yeah, so I don't know why it wouldn't. And then even on my phone, it took 3 or 4 times of me clicking the mute and the camera to get it to come, because it was like off to get it on. I don't know.
Have you tried rebooting your iPad?
Well, I did that yesterday and I haven't really used it today.
Yeah, I'm just sometimes when it's spinning, rebooting it works. Sometimes it doesn't.
Try it.
Try this again. Yeah, I bought some Kona for the folk art quilt by Art East, and I wasn't impressed.
Yeah.
I mean, it's okay, but I was not. I don't
You
think it's
should-
any more.
Sheila, I'm working on getting the Riley Blake account. They contacted me this morning, but I haven't got all the paperwork to them yet. But I gotta have Riley Blake too in here. I have the good stuff, all the good stuff.
Yeah. Okay, I muted my TV.
I could hear myself. I could hear myself.
Sorry. I'm working on technology. Okay, I'm going to try the iPad again. I rebooted it. Well, this crazy thing is saying me to connect to internet. I know I have internet. Let me go back to that.
Milana, can I use fresh milk for sweet rice? Now, what is sweet rice?
Um.
I don't know either.
Well,
I make rice and put sugar and butter and milk in it.
Yeah, I like it that way.
When I was growing up, a treat was taking the leftover rice and putting just regular milk over it, fresh milk with a little bit of sugar. And if you wanted, you could throw raisins in it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that's what she's talking about, but that's how.
I don't know if I use fresh milk for anything I use milk for.
I don't.
Andy.
Oh,
I don't use
there's
water.
There's a reel on Facebook, and it's a guy singing a song. It's about getting get your wife a milk cow for Valentine's Day, and then it shows him with a little Jersey calf, and then because whenever it grows up and starts getting milk, she'll want to make butter, and then she's going to want to make some fresh bread to go with that butter. And
well, I tell you, I wouldn't take nothing from my little milk cow. I've had several through the years, and they're little bugs.
Well, I rebooted my iPad and I went to StreamYard and I'm trying to take it off of start camera and unmute. And I hit those buttons and nothing's happening. So I don't know what to do.
You may need to do a hard close, what's called a hard close of your internet, so that it reboots its brain, and basically you're on Apple because you're on an iPad. Basically, that's kind of swiping up, and then you see it in a little box like this, and then you close it.
Okay, well, I turned my Wi-Fi off.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to turn it back on.
That might help, but sometimes when, and hopefully I won't get in trouble. Sometimes I have to get to this place where, see, I have all the things that I've had open like this, and then I have to just
let me go back and see if there's anything else open.
flip it closed so that.
Well, there was only 2 things open. I went back and closed them. We'll see.
Yeah. Well, sometimes that reboots. I'm just trying to spitball some ideas, because and some of these you've probably tried, but some of these people don't think about. But sometimes when I hard close an app like the internet, it clears out whatever.
Okay, it's working. It's working. Okay, I'm going to go out of this.
Hold your breath.
And Brenda, I'll be looking for you someday to come down and shop in my store.
are you going to do it by appointment only?
No, I'll probably be open a couple days a week, but not all the time.
Well, I just didn't know when, you never know, you have to go help Terry or something.
Hmm.
So I'll be back doing farm wife duties. Call me, let me know you're here, and I'll be right there.
Put a cowbell by the door.
Door, yeah, I could do
Yeah,
that.
even those triangles.
No, I've got a cowbell and triangle both. That's the idea. I might put it up here just for decoration. So.
Yeah.
I was at Hobby Lobby a week and a half ago, and they have one of those doorman's bells. So if they're away from the cutting table, you hit it. And this little, like, 5-year-old kept running up from behind the stack going, ding, 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 ding. And then back behind the stack, and his mom was like this, and the lady was standing at the cutting table, and she said, he's fine. And we were just all laughing because he just thought this was the greatest thing because he'd never seen such a thing as this doorman's bell they used to use in hotels, the little
Yeah.
but it was so funny because he'd just come out of nowhere from behind one of the stacks or something, ding ding ding, and then he'd run back and hide real quick.
Let's see, Charlotte wants to know what the doctor told Frances. Well, she's had her shots, and one side's better, and the other side's not better, not as well. So she has told it all toward the beginning of the live. Sheila's having a hard time getting back in. Oh,
Well,
I don't know why it wouldn't let me come in through StreamYard. It wasn't giving me the option to go look for you.
I was hoping that she would leave herself on once she got the iPad figured out. She'd leave that on and just close out the other, but
Woohoo! I'm almost done.
hopefully I can cut this the right size this time.
Oh.
Then I have to break. Back's bothering me. Some days it's hard to stand on one leg.
You
Don't
do
see me looking up there when I'm talking to you. It's because I can see y'all better up on the TV than I can on my phone.
you do pretty good with your disability, though, Joanna. I think.
Thank you, ma'am. Well, I've had to maneuver with it for a long time, and I just figure I'm not. It's like a terrorist, so I'm not gonna let it win. When I'm in the kitchen, I have a special wheelchair that lifts up so I can get in the cupboards. And like if I need to knead bread or something like that, it's like I'm standing because it goes up a little over a foot. So that helps preserve my joints. But I'm gonna go until I drop. But thank you very much, Rita.
Hey, Rita.
I'm good.
You need to get some of those 3-yard books to carry in there too.
Yeah, I need to find out where I can purchase them from. I've got the ones that I've bought for myself through the years.
I would get hold of the cafe, the Fabric Cafe,
and
ask them, how you do it. If it's through them, to get a contract with them or what.
I need to look it up, but I know those glow rulers. 3 or 4 days ago, she came up on Facebook and said, put in your orders if you're a store, and you can get them direct. I think, is it Carolyn Moore that makes them? But yeah, the lady was saying that she made a new size, and you need to get your orders in ASAP so they can order the material in order to have them to ship. Otherwise, you're going to be waiting. You're going to be
I don't have to have one. They're just kind of a neat novelty. I don't have to have every little toy that comes out.
What's that?
I'm just saying, I think she was surprised at how fast, how big it got so
God,
quickly.
yeah. Hello, Katie Krabs. And G and B said that Pam, she went and joined your channel.
Well, I need to do something with that channel really badly. I need to get recording. I started and then got sick and I just haven't got back to it yet. But I've been trying to do a few things on StreamYard lives, and I'm still trying to figure that out. It's not working like I want to, but they told me what I needed to do and I just need to sit down and do it. But thank you.
For y'all that don't have channels, you know that doing videos is a job.
Yeah, it's the editing that I'm trying to avoid.
It's like a second job or first job or
Well, I don't want to be a teacher. I just like to have people come along and join me and chit chat and share our sewing and stuff. And if we learn something from each other, great. If we don't, we've had a good time together.
yeah.
Well, I'm back.
Heck.
It didn't work.
I'm sorry. That sucks.
And then even getting on StreamYard on my phone took a while because it wouldn't allow me to have the camera on and the mute, off. I don't know what the problem is.
Yeah, because that's odd. Because usually when you like reboot it or do a hard, and it goes away and it gets better.
Well, I powered it all the way down, and I took Wi-Fi off and then back on my iPad,
Mm-hmm.
and it's still just spinning.
Well, you did all the.
Well, there's Sandra. Hi,
Yeah.
Sandra.
Hey, Sanders snuck in. You did all the tech tricks that I know of.
Jane won't even get on the panel. She would never want her own channel. I used to think I wouldn't either, but I kind of enjoy it, but it is kind of work.
Yes, it is.
Okay, Lisa, how do I clear your browser thing? I'm on my iPad. And I powered it all the way off and then back on. I took it out of Wi-Fi, then put Wi-Fi back on.
On your iPad?
Uh-huh.
Okay, for you to clean your first cache, you double click your one button, the round button. You double click it and it'll show a whole bunch of little squares that you have open.
Yeah.
Close all them first.
Okay, I did. I closed those two. There was only two, and I got rid of them.
Then you go to your search. What is that envelope down there called?
Well, I have an app, the YouTube, and I just click on it.
The box with the blue dial in it. When you click on that, then go clear all that history and cache over there, and then you should be fine.
Well, at the bottom of my iPad, it just has, like mail and files and
Okay,
Google.
between mail and accessories or settings, there's that one square that has a blue dial with red and white pegs on it.
No.
Where do you go to search?
Okay, Google.
Okay, go up to Google.
Okay, I clicked it open. Okay.
Okay, there should be a little file folder in the upper left-hand corner.
Oh, okay. Click on
And you
it.
press that, and then you go down to, it opens up a tab, and it should say history.
Okay, history. Okay.
And you want to hit the history, and then I get rid of everything all time. And
Okay. This
and
is going to take me a while. I've never knew to do this.
Okay.
I have 141 things open.
Yes.
Yeah.
But nobody ever told me to do this.
But you
Oh.
don't. If you don't want to keep some, if you don't know that there's something you want to keep, you can actually clear them all at the same time. You don't
Yes. I clear them all.
Okay, how do you do that? Oh, at the bottom it says clear.
Yeah. It says select all and clear.
Well, how about that? I learned something today.
And
Okay.
Problem is, do you remember it tomorrow?
Yeah,
And
I can remember that.
if you ever have issues, just ask me. I will help you.
Well, thank you so much. Okay, I'm gonna go back. Okay,
Okay.
I'm gonna leave on
And
my phone and then try to come back on my iPad, Rita.
It's amazing the
I'm
difference it makes.
I'm going to show y'all a picture I just got. Guess who made this one?
Not me.
Oh, that's nice.
Not me either. I was going to let y'all guess. Donna Rose just sent me that one. She made the whole quilt with that.
The card
Is that
trick.
playing cards or something?
That's the card trick.
Card trick.
She says she still needs to put the borders on it, but isn't that pretty though?
It is.
Anyway, Donna Rose made that. Are you in here, Donna Rose?
Yeah. I enjoy doing the card trick. I want to try the new one that has 5 or 6 cards.
And Yo Patty sent you a picture, Sandra.
Yeah. I'm heading there.
Katie, I was at a friend's house yesterday and she had over 500 open windows. I was surprised her phone worked.
Yes. And you can do the same thing on phones.
Well, you can do that without. I mean, my sister does that without thinking about it. Or she'll have Google open 25 of them because she just doesn't. So every once, I didn't think of that. I'm sorry. But every once in a while, I have to go in and clear it out to help her out. So I'm surprised I didn't think of that as a possible for Sandra's problem. But you just don't. A lot of people just don't think about it. It's just there. You think I closed the window.
Yeah, when I said I was closing my window, like to my granddaughter, she goes, "It's closed, Gigi Ma," because she wanted me to get off my phone, and I said I was closing windows. But I have until 2:00, and then I have to go back on another with Kathy.
Did y'all shut it down for a little while or is she still on?
Oh, it's shut down. We're doing her foundation paper piece elephant. And it's not a good thing to try to do when you're on a live. Because it's a lot of, yes, flip here. No, not there. And
Yeah.
Sheila said, I closed YouTube on my phone and went to my iPad, opened up StreamYard, and it will not unmute or start camera. Oh, see, my iPad will not do StreamYard.
Well, see, I'm on my iPad using StreamYard.
I'm on an iPad mini. What is yours?
I got it in 2018, so it's
well, there's mini and regular iPad, and then there's the more industrial.
Yeah, no, I don't have all the bells and whistles. I just have an old 10.5 inch.
Okay, the 10.5 has more space than the iPad minis.
But it's an old one. It's
mine's a 2017.
Yeah,
but it will not do StreamYard.
Yeah, if it's a mini, you may not have the
right.
brain capacity or whatever. I'd be loving this.
So we'll let Lisa. I ran out of bobbin.
Well,
I have one more wound up. This is my 9th or 12th bobbin since January 1st.
I couldn't tell you the count of bobbins of.
Well, I'm trying to keep track of just to see what it involves. But I'm
Yeah.
on my second spool of thread.
Well, sometimes you find out interesting things when you do curious things like that.
Yeah. I'm working on that star on the wall.
It's beautiful.
I got to come up with a block that uses only 2.5 inches for the corners, the 4 corners. That's a little more challenging there. And then it also has to be an 8.5 inch unfinished block.
Those are some specifics.
Yeah, that's a lot of specific because I'm using all my leftovers from a quilt. That's me. I have to use my leftovers.
Well, that's what I was telling them about my Carrie Nation blocks. I used a 6-inch strip, and when I got it laid out with the first design, I realized that if I switched the big box and the little box, I had enough to make another one.
Yeah.
And why waste?
Yes.
You know, why set that in the scrap bin if I could just go ahead and do another block, just have the design flipped, and it worked. So,
Yep.
so I understand. There we go. All right,
Well, that whole star, the center star, was all leftover pieces from another quilt.
Yeah, well, I did mine backwards. I mean, I like the way it looks, but I didn't turn my color blocks, so they filled in the sides by the center. But I like how it looks, so.
Oh, did I press send? It's like, yeah. I'd written Patty G back earlier, but I forgot to send it. Isn't that weird how things don't send if you don't send it?
Has anybody tried that new art gallery binding? I mean, they have some cool designs, but it and you buy what you need, but it comes in yardage and it gives you several. You cut it the width you want, but you have 2 options. So,
Oh.
So it's like you can get maybe 5 binding strips out of 1 panel or 6, and you can do it 2.5, 1, but it's already printed, and you can put one design. If you put one design on the inside, then you have, say, the dots, and if you flip it over, it may say, I love you all the way down. So all you do is cut it, fold it, and put it on. And some of the patterns look really nice, and it looks like they've really kind of simplified for some people the process of cutting batting. But I didn't know if anybody'd actually tried it.
I go, the fewer things I have, the better I like it. My grandma didn't have all these bells and whistles of things. And her quilts come out beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the way I'm sticking. Plain and simple.
Yeah.
Yeah. Diabolical 58 says, hey, hens.
I mean,
Hey,
this is
Hey,
my
Diabolical.
this is my ruler weight. one of them, one of several. I used it for PT, so it holds my rulers down. Nothing fancy, but I
Yep.
will say I'm in love with these chalk markers. These new chalk markers that I got. Actually, I had one laying around for quite a while, but I got
Okay.
new color. But they make a very fine. They
Is
have
it
a wheel
Sheila
in it.
coming back?
They have a
She's
little.
trying. She's trying.
Yeah.
They have a teeny tiny wheel in it, so you can run it right along your ruler, and it makes a fine line, and it comes right off.
Yes, I have a couple of them.
I mean, I use different things for different applications, but I finally pulled these out and tried them, and I thought, oh, I like these, so I found a silver one to go on the white, because I'm too lazy to take the
And see,
chalk out
that,
of the white ones and put blue in.
that's what mine did that day, Rita, when I was trying to get on with my iPad. And I kept hearing you guys keep trying. It was trying to work, but it wouldn't come through.
Well, I couldn't get mine to work either.
So I think StreamYard did an improvement that didn't include our iPads.
Well, I couldn't get it to go to StreamYard so I could connect to her through StreamYard. I had to disconnect with her button.
Sheila just said knock knock, so I wonder if she's banging on the ceiling.
Well, she tried, but it never did put her all the way on up there.
It put her name, and that was it.
That was it. Mhm.
And it
Yeah.
still got her name up on YouTube. And because YouTube always runs behind. And I hate when they do that.
Hi,
Hey,
everybody doing?
we're doing good.
Oh, did they run behind?
Hello.
Hi, Sandra.
It's like everybody sneaking in. Like I said, I'll sneak out at 2. Because I have to go over to the other side again.
to the dark side. No, I'm
Yeah. Yes, that's my favorite place, to the dark side.
Oh, there's Sheila. I see her. Yeah, you did something.
Well, I went back and looked in all that history. It was supposed to clear it. It did not clear it. So I sat here and did each one individually. Got rid of them. Went back to YouTube and everything worked. I got it to unmute and start the camera. But then it was just a black name on the bottom. And that's all it would do.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, it sounds like there's a hinky somewhere.
I know there is.
And I think
And this iPad, I just bought it.
Well,
when
do you have a Best Buy near you?
Oh yeah. Uh-huh.
They have some of the best techs for that kind of thing, just in their
Yeah.
sales department, and they've never charged me. I've gone in with problems and said, "Listen, I can't get my
It's
Apple."
something to do with StreamYard. Is
Probably.
Yes. That's my problem with my iPad. It does not like StreamYard. StreamYard has,
well, mine has, but all at once it's not.
yeah.
Oh,
And
yeah,
that's the way
you
mine
were
was.
using it. What? Just less than a week ago, you were using it
Yeah.
to come up and fraternize.
But we all get updates at different times, Sheila, because Apple has got too many people to update. And I think your number just came in.
Yeah, and my updates are current. It's
Yeah.
like it said 17.4.
And I'm sure I'm going to lose more on this next update.
So I don't know, but I don't like that because here I have to hold my phone.
Mm.
Well, I have to use I can only use one of my laptops. My old laptop and my Chromebook will not work. Apple and their technology. They-
Oh, well, now I'm on my iPad. I see me. Okay, I'm leaving the
Oh,
phone.
don't leave. You may not get back in.
I was gonna. Here we go again.
So you have the phone up, then get out of mine.
And Susan Munger wants to know what everybody's working on today. I think she knows what I'm working on.
I cut out my churn dash, but my sewing machine's not in here, so I'm not sewing it. So then I'm just organizing a box of junk.
Yeah. She
yeah,
was bound and determined to get her iPad working.
I need something to do with all these leftovers someday. What do you do with all them leftovers if you make too many? The half square triangles.
Just
You-
start another quilt.
You can make pinwheels of different colors, blocks, and then save them up and then put a whole bunch of pinwheels in corners as cornerstones or whatever.
That'd be pretty.
That's what.
Because I'm not going to throw them away.
Oh no.
Well,
You'll find some place some puka to put them in, or some block that'll go, and you go, oh, I've got just the size for that.
because you just keep turning them in different positions and you come out with different shapes.
Well, Sheila, don't give up. Sheila says she's just going to give up and listen.
It's like, oh, she's tired. That phone does get cumbersome. But it's
Well,
like,
you can get them and I'll go get stores whenever. I need you to pick this up while I put it back on the track.
but I really think they just did an update that just put her out.
It's a good in here again, so I've got to fix it.
Yeah, because she was just using it,
Just can you lift it so I can put it back on the
Yeah.
track?
or there's
Just
just
do that?
some obscure setting that got bumped or something
Your
like
funny
that.
end, you're still on the
Sometimes
front end.
that happens
Howdy.
too.
Fucking scissors.
All right, we'll move on.
Yeah.
Yep.
5, 6, 7,
Wowzer. This is
or 6, 7. Boy, I can't even count today.
Let me move on the side.
That's okay. Rita and I were trying to do math earlier, and it was pretty.
Let me get these wheels back.
No,
Nice and clear. Your side?
no.
Oh, Susan Munger's husband's birthday's today, so she's gonna have to figure out what to fix him for dinner.
Okay.
I fixed coconut, shrimp, and crab cakes last night, and fried
I think that was a no.
because I wanted something different.
Which one? What's wrong?
Okay, this is off.
Oh, okay. Hang on. Oops, I'm sorry.
Happy birthday, Susan Munger's other half.
Yeah. Tell him happy birthday from all the hens.
There you go.
Sounds terrible to say that, but
Well, as long as he's not henpecked, he's all right.
well, I don't know. But I will meet Susan Munger in May.
I think so.
She's the one that's got your Sarah Jane machine.
Yeah, her mom. Yeah.
Yeah, but the track itself is not on the table, right?
So it's like,
See what I'm doing.
I understand.
No, Susan, sometimes it doesn't
Okay,
matter.
this part needs to go up and over.
And when they put
Flip to the north
several
side.
different sizes on a back
Yeah.
page of
Both sides
a
up.
pattern, and then but they don't connect to where they came from the front page, it's a little bit more.
Raise the front end up.
But I think we got it figured out. Maybe.
All right.
It's
Uh,
okay.
I'm gonna go find some ice packs. I will talk to you ladies later.
All right.
okay,
All right.
Thank you.
get better.
Why, Joanna?
Yep. Time for a break.
Let's see.
Can you see
Thanks
this one?
again.
I can't. I gotta go this
Love
way.
y'all.
Corner. All right, just lift it a little bit. Okay. All right.
Wall?
Okay, get the back over.
What's Pam doing over there?
I don't know.
Dying.
My loader came off the track.
Oh no.
I've never had that issue.
Well,
Huh?
it's my fault. I went to scoot something under the table, or I put my hand down on the thing and it knocked it off.
Fixed. Mostly fixed.
No, it's not fixed. I don't know what's
I
wrong.
recognize that one
I didn't do it. Okay.
because that's the same one I have.
Okay. Hmm.
Yeah, she has the same issue as me, so she's.
Let the track up. Okay.
Okay.
But I've never had it come off of the track.
It's my fault that it did it.
That would make me nervous having it come off there.
And every once in a while, I wish I got to remember when my grandson's here. I want him to pick up the machine so I can clean the lint out from the wheels.
Uh-huh.
There's a lot of lint gets under those wheels.
Let's not do that again.
Yeah. All right, my back is officially killing me.
Here.
All right, thank you.
Well, I just did something wrong again. Ah,
No, I have some containers underneath, and I don't know if my cord kept catching on a container, so I bent down to shove the container in, and when I did, my hand pushed the track over.
oh. Oops. You know that's not stationary enough, huh?
Yeah, no, I just didn't realize I was putting that much pressure where I had my hand. Well, this is going to have to wait for a while because that just did my vacuum. I have to go buy some stuff for dinner anyway. Oh, shoot.
Man, time to quit, huh?
Yeah, well, I got what, 2 rolls on, and I think I've got this roll, maybe one more, and I'm done.
Yeah.
And then I got to decide if I'm just going to leave it as is, which I'm pretty sure I'm going to, or do I want to try to do ruler work on it?
Yeah.
I think just each roll is, sewn down as I've gone along. So, I mean, it's got enough on it. I was thinking about putting lines, going back and unrolling it and putting lines straight down it. But at this point, I'm ready just to get it off here. This isn't as much fun as it looks. This is too much work.
It is a lot of work.
Yeah. I think I'd rather be following the pantograph than putting them strips down myself. But
Well, this was just something I knew I could do for now and keep learning on the pantograph. And I only have that one, which I don't really like, but
That one that come free,
yeah.
mine is still in the plastic, I guarantee you.
Well, to tell you the truth, I don't know where I've stuck it unless it's fallen down behind somewhere.
But yeah, mine's still safe from being used.
Well, I just placed an order today and I get 20% off. So I got $40 off my order plus free shipping. So I'm really glad I went with somebody local instead of getting it mailed to me like I did my baby lock. Even though I have to get on the freeway and go to the north side of Fort Worth.
I don't go any place that has traffic. I live out in the middle of nowhere. Like Rita and I are good out of towners.
Yeah. Well, if we move to Graham next year, they don't have as many doctors there like I use. So when I make doctor's appointments, I'll have to drive about an hour and a half to get to the doctor's office.
I wonder where I misplaced a whole strip of material. Not there, or there.
just gonna unplug it and get ready to go.
If you got other things to do, that's always a good time to stop.
Mhm.
Yeah. When you're making a mess of everything.
Well, not that, but give your it's distract your brain onto the next, because right now it's a problem, and you
Hey,
don't need.
where did you get your hand dress from? I mean, I can get a discount. No, I can't get a discount off of them. I can only get discount off of Threads and anything that's handicraft tool wise or stuff.
Yeah,
In fact, I ordered a ruler for a friend that I know from Becca's Zoom
yeah.
that she just got one about the same time I did. I got mine in a little sooner because hers, they sent it to the first one to the wrong address. The second one, when she got it delivered, it just fell apart. The box was all tore up. She opened up what was left of the box and the machine just fell apart. They must have drop kicked that in shipment.
Right
So
off
then they
the truck.
send her another one. So they sent her some goodies to make up for all the trouble.
Wow.
A few $100s worth of stuff. Okay.
Susan Munger just found out she's scheduled for a CT scan test February the 12th of a brain and carotid artery to see how much blockage I have.
The carotid. It's like
Say that carotid.
it's like I don't know how to spell it, let alone say it right.
Carotid.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
I mean, that's a blocked artery. I know that.
And
Or-
Brenda's an out of towner too.
It's
I
like,
don't want to live in town or even close to a big city though, so I'm good with being out of towner.
yep, I am too.
I lived for 25 years in a little town that's about 35 minutes away from where I live now.
Yeah.
And it used to have an old-timey grocery store, but it closed down, and then several people tried to keep it going, and that they failed.
Hmm.
And it's got a pizza place and a restaurant now. And a
Ours
pizza
has
store.
got a gym and a secondhand store.
But it was too few people that knew too many people that knew too many people's lives.
Yeah.
And banking there, too many people knew what was in your bank account and what you bought. That's spent your money on.
That's small town living right up there. Yeah.
Yeah.
But what good does it do them to even know? So, well,
Yeah, they can't do anything.
Well,
I switched banks because one gal told me that. Well, why do you need? We was trying to get our kids established in credit, so he's getting a loan for them. And they go, well, why should we loan them money? Why didn't you just loan them the money? We're trying to get them established in credit
yeah.
because they need credit to rent a
Right.
apartment.
To do about anything, they need credit.
And so Susan Munger says, I live in a small town. Do you live in a small town? It's like, I've never looked up where it really is. I know about where it's at. But
I'm
So
thinking I need to do.
so we switched banks. As soon as they said that to us, we switched banks.
Yeah, I started going to a bank out of town because the one that I was at didn't have debit cards
Yeah.
yet, and they said they never would, but they now do have them.
Yeah.
I used to like it when I first moved there. The guy that owned the bank back then was an old man. It owned it. It's been in the family for 100 years. And I'd go in there and sit down with him, tell him what I needed. And he says, go tell the girls. He says, I said, okay.
Yeah.
Man there said I needed a tractor. He said, okay.
Uh-uh.
All right, girls, I'll see y'all later. I got to get going.
All
Okay,
right.
bye.
See you next time.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye.
My next math thing is when I go to square up that center star, the block that it's in, because it's all my head thing. It's like, oh, I don't have a ruler that big.
Yeah.
So I'm going to get my T-square out of my garage.
Right.
I'm going to bring in my carpentry tools. Gotta have something big enough. I gotta have something big enough. Because that good old math.
Mhm.
Where's Francis today?
She's been up here and then she had to go because John came in and I don't know.
Well, Rita knows why I had to go.
Yeah.
It's like I come on and said hi, so everybody doesn't think I'm a stick in the mud.
And I know y'all are over there live, but this live is different than that one over there.
That's right.
Yeah. There, I got my. Now I got to figure out my 8.5-inch blocks using 2.5-inch strips because that's the only thing I have in this fabric. I have some of the white left from the background, so I can use some white in it. See, and then this one hangs. But it's just a throw together impromptu baby shower gift.
But it's working. It's really pretty though. You put a lot of thought into it, or some, while you were working on it.
Yeah, that's one thing you have to do is think.
That
But I'm thinking I need to put a little star in the corner, but because that would bring out attention to the big star.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess I have to look at 8.5-inch star patterns.
You'll get it figured out.
Yeah, and then I'll get it done and nobody will see it because it's been gifted. But that's the way it goes.
Mm-hmm.
But if you can't put it up and look at it and say, oh, I like that, because nothing's sewed, it's just pinned. Oh, the big strips are sewed. Because at first I had to debate what color to break it off with, and I liked the gray. Rita's side doesn't look as cluttered as mine.
Yeah, I know. She's got all that space.
Yeah.
I've got no space.
It's cluttered, and you just don't see them cluttered.
Well, you still have open spaces.
I've cluttered up 2 houses, so how about that?
I have a back shed that my grandson is filled and my granddaughter is filled, and another one that, oh, actually, I have two. I have a 8x24 that two grandsons, Coda's dad and uncle, that they have their stuff in. And then I have my bigger shed. Austin has 10 by 30 filled, plus he's now overflowed into the next 10 by 30. Yeah. And when I want something, I have to try to, I call it going through the jungle. I asked him to bring in the high chair. He brought in the high chair, not the high chair tray. So now I got to go back out and find the high chair tray.
Well, you got parts. You don't have to bring it all in. There's parts, Sandra.
Yeah.
Okay, I finished the churn dash. It's done.
Oh, wow.
So that's the easy one. And that's the one I'm using that I'll show you the material. The material you like.
That's pretty.
It's pretty.
Mine looks funny. It's like, how many
Well,
quote
this guy's small.
lines can I have up there?
So for all the easy, I'm using this as one of my colors. I try to put it in every block.
Okay.
Right.
And so I've been, okay, make me small.
Hurry. Oh.
Wow. And I finished the best friends block. I did that one. So all I got to do is the chicken now, and then I have them all done. So there's the best friend.
Well, I like that one too.
So I got that one done. Got the churn dash done. And now I just got to do the chicken.
That's still bear paws to me.
Oh, yeah. It is. It's a bear's paw.
It's a doggy paw. It's doggy.
Yeah.
It's too sharp of claws. It's a bear. I have a bear skin rug. And believe me, my great grandkids don't like it.
No?
No.
Are they afraid of it or something? Are they afraid of it or?
Yeah, well, it's got a mouth, a tongue, its teeth are showing, it's got glassy eyes. It's like, it's everything.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So it's hid. It's like, we have a short video of Alani screaming at it. And we have another video someplace of one of my granddaughters, Michaela. She could not stand it. The rest of the kids, it didn't bother. I guess there's one in every group that doesn't like it. But Alani, you get a stuffed animal that's over 3 foot tall, and she panics. And I have a 4 foot plus Big John. And I said, Big John is not going anywhere. He's older than any of my grandkids. And Douglas will be 27 this year. But I have something that's older than they are. I told them they had to go. They didn't go very far. They did stick around. And now they think it's funny when they get the others screaming. Because Alicia, she didn't mind the big one, the bear rug. but she was holding her daughter down, trying to get her to touch it, and she wouldn't do it. Got that tickle in the throat. Whenever I cut a lot of fabric, I get the runny nose, the watering eyes, coughing. I'm allergic to the dust that from the cutting of the fabric. But I'm still sewing. See, today's Wednesday. Oh, tomorrow's my class day. Okay.
What are you making?
We're doing Grandma's favorite tomorrow as our block.
I looked that up last night.
Yeah. Grandma's favorite's the one I'm teaching tomorrow. I try to adapt different patterns, different. It's like if they have trouble with flying geese units,
Yeah.
then I encourage and try to do a couple of them to keep them refreshed on that part.
I'd prefer not to do flying geese or half square triangles.
And, and they are the most used blocks in a quilt.
I know.
They are very, very. But
I prefer not to use them.
you're going to have a pretty boring quilt then.
No, I made my utilitarian quilts and they are gorgeous.
Yeah.
That's not true.
But it's like, I don't make two quilts alike unless they're for twin beds that are in the same room. That's the only time. I have never made two of anything.
I try not to. I did make 4 Christmas tree quilts though.
And I have 8 sets of panels that my husband had picked up through going to shop hops. He'd always find a panel of some. I have quail, bears, wolves, ducks, geese that I have to put in quilts. And then I'm going to try to get them all done for 1 year and just hand them one to every house. Because I have my 3 kids and then the married granddaughter and the grandson that's engaged to be married. So, there's 5 quilts right there.
Mm.
You have to be purchasing a house is my rule. Married or purchasing a house. But my foundation paper piece elephant, she will go on the trip to Florida with me.
No.
Because I got pictures of her on the Oregon coast. I got to get a picture of her in Florida on the beach.
Yeah. She's a traveling elephant, huh?
Yeah. It's just one of those things. When I made it, everybody kept wanting it. And I almost sent it to different people so they we could call her Ella the traveling elephant.
Yeah.
But you have to have fun with the group that we're with. It's like over there on Kathy's, it's usually the same, like 30 some people. And we all have, our birth dates and where they live and all the different things. We're just like an extended family.
Mm.
But it's fun to be on. Because I'm by myself, so.
I am too. It's me and the cats.
I have the sugar glider that's I'm caretaker, and then Miss Bailey will probably leave in April.
Oh.
And then I'll just be down to Ace that makes not much noise. I should go grab my rag quilt. I'm trying to get the rag quilt done because I get my grandkids, 2 of them on Friday. I get the 4-month-old and the 3-year-old,
Oh,
and my thumb's already sore. I had one leftover square, and I made it into a coaster. I just sewed around the edge and frayed it just like the quilt. But it was just using up a big stack of stuff that was underneath my table in my way.
do you make a
While
rag, Andrew?
Huh?
A rag quilt?
Yeah. Have you never made a rag quilt?
Oh no, it's on my couch.
Okay. I got my husband and my jeans on the backside, and
Yeah.
then I was given a bunch of the striped fabric, and I put that on the front.
Oh,
So that it'll stripe one way, the other way. And then I was 8 blocks short, and this block has this funny red brown in it.
mm-hmm.
So I went and I had a fat quarter, and of course that only made 4 blocks. So then I took the other pieces and some of the stripes left, and I invented my own block.
That's right.
But there's a row on the top and the bottom, so it's easily, you can identify because it's 9 by 11. So you can easily identify which is top and bottom.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I made a flag rag quilt, but I haven't finished snipping it. It would, yeah, I made those squares too small. I got lots of them.
And I
It's a
guess
pretty flag, oh, it's a gorgeous flag, but
yeah, I thought about it, but this reminds me why I don't want to.
yeah. Well, I did the other one. It didn't take me because I used 9.5-inch squares, so it took me no time at all. You know, and they were snipped. Yeah, it was washed on the couch. And this thing is like, oh no, I may never get it finished.
Well, and then some people, they've used like 3 by 3 squares, and I go, no.
Yeah, I think that's what I think. This was 3.5-inch squares that I don't know what I was thinking. And you know, it wasn't supposed to get that big. And like every quilt I make, it gets big. I don't understand it, but it does. And so I don't even think I have half of it snipped, and it's 1.5 years already.
Yeah.
Because I just, you know, and I say while I'm watching YouTube or doing something, I should just be sitting there snipping that thing.
Yeah.
I'm not even keeping it. I'm sending it to this girl that I watched it. She doesn't even know she's getting it, and I just, I mean, it may never get there. It's snipping.
Well, or send her a pair of scissors and the quilt and say, this is how you do it. But see, I don't want that first shock of the washer dryer thing to happen on their end.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Because I know to check the washer and run it through, and, you know, you just have to agitate it. And then after it spins, clean it out and then let it run through the next cycle and clean it out.
Yeah.
And then the dryer every 15, 20 minutes. Check your dryer vent.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
But someone didn't know you could do it with jeans. And it's like, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It makes a pretty quilt.
And it makes it to where you can take it camping and you can sit the jean part down on the ground. And if you need a blanket for a baby.
Yeah.
And then they'll sit there and play with all those little ruffled edges. But I didn't care if I had, like this one here has it's sewed back together. I didn't care. That's all. That gives the quilt personality.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
The design element.
Yep. But when you're clipping it on your lap, it seems like you can turn it in a million circles.
Oh, yeah.
And then you think you're done and you open it. How did I miss all this?
Well, I thought I was further along than I was. And, it's like a never-ending job on that. I'm like, I'll never.
Yeah. Well, my grandson that was holding it today, he's almost 6 foot tall. And he had his arms up and spread out, and it's like, yeah, it'll cover you. But it's more a memory quilt because he does. When my husband was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer stage 4, he came down and stayed with us
Yeah.
because he says, Grandma, you can't do it by yourself. But he still attended school and stuff. So he stayed here through all of it. So I think he earned it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And he says, it'll probably stay in the closet for a while, Grandma. Unless he's cold. Because he's living in an RV. And this winter, when we got that -3 and with what was on the thermometer is a high. Oh, Rusty Bucket is here, Rita, for you.
Oh, Rusty. I've been waiting for you. Been waiting for you, Rusty. Couldn't leave here till I saw Rusty.
Yeah. Hello, Rusty.
And I'm teasing. Y'all know I'm teasing.
Oh, we got rid of Rowdy.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, good. Well, good now. Oh.
That sounds like the nights with Hi Candy. Sounds like the nights
Hi,
with
Candy.
Wilkes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You and Wilkes, I know.
I know. Even with the poo necklace, it didn't discourage you.
No. No.
We have to have fun.
Oh, you're the mother hen, Rita. You'll always be his mother hen. You know it.
Okay, yeah. Mother hen, I know.
Oh, can you tell her she's cute already?
I look like everybody's grandma's what I look like.
Yeah. Because I'm sure Rita's getting close to tired.
I am. In a few minutes, there's one of my friends coming to help me figure out how to do all this sales tax and all this stuff. So she'll be here in a few minutes, and then I'll get off here and
Yeah.
But she's coming here, so I'm just gonna hang up here till she comes. She said I think she's on her way.
Oh, there he is.
The other gal's Pam. Candy says, hi, Rita, Sandra. Sorry, don't remember your name.
Jean.
Jean.
I go by Jay, yeah, Jean.
Jean.
By J Bad Seed.
Yeah, Jay. But I have to go because it's almost 2:00 and I got to get a potty break in and a snack of some sort.
Mm-hmm.
There
Will
you
y'all
go.
be going late tonight over there? Kathy, when you go,
No. It's just private.
oh,
It's
private, okay.
Yeah, helping her on the elephant, trying to get some more of it done. I want her to keep working on it just to get it done.
Yeah, them elephants are impressive, but they're not my style.
They're not like we was talking earlier. The only thing this elephant cost me was the 3 yards of the background fabric I bought. Because it was all fabric that was given to me and the pattern was sent to me. And it's like I didn't even have a complete pattern. I had a partial pattern. But it wasn't anything. And then the other one that I'm doing, the only thing I've bought on this one I'm calling Tutti Frutti. And you'll see why.
And it's an elephant too? Oh,
Yes.
no. That's too,
Ooh.
okay. Ah, wow.
That's
What
Tutti
is
Frutti.
that?
Yeah, that's like a
That's the
Coffee.
elephant's trunk.
comic book
Wow.
elephant or something.
It's going to be really colorful.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm calling him Tutti Frutti. And
Uh-huh.
this is what they look like.
Okay.
I've seen people make them. I'm not a paper piecer either. I don't want no part of it. I do my crazy quilt blocks. I like that, but I don't want to do paper piecing.
But this here, a friend wanted to do another one after we did the big one. So she copied the patterns and I said I would do this small one. This one's going to be like less than 3 feet. where the other guy is 5 feet.
Hmm.
So there's going to be a big difference in size.
Yeah.
But it's just one of those things. We're just having fun.
Mm-hmm.
You got to have fun with what you do. Have
Yeah,
fun
that's
with your
why I don't
friends.
do that, because I wouldn't have any fun.
Well, really,
My funnest thing starting to buy new fabric and starting a new project.
My fun is buying the patterns that Rita keeps shouting out, and then I wind up buying them.
yeah.
I got my cross pattern, my easy peasy.
Ooh, yeah. I'm
Yeah.
working on that at the other house from time to time.
I'm gonna have to start it so I can work on those hearts just to see how bad it is.
They're not that bad.
I could always leave them out and put a plain square in there,
Could, yeah. Could.
Yeah. But it's like,
But I don't mind making little things, so I like
like-
those little pieces. I think I'm more accurate on the small, tiny things than I am on the larger ones.
Mm-hmm.
yeah. But it's just one of those things that we do in our life. It's like, I made the elephant. I can say it wasn't on my bucket list, but it's done.
Yeah.
And like I said, it went to the Oregon coast, so it had quite the trip.
Yeah.
And I don't make any two quilts alike. I've already put my goal for last year and this year is get what I have used up, because you never know how much time you have, and I don't want my kids to have all this fabric.
Mm.
I'd rather them have.
It
No.
is a nice pattern. Rita talked me into it, Rusty.
And Candy wants to know if Kathy's okay. She didn't get the notification she was on.
There won't be a notification coming up.
But I do.
You will only hear my phone go ding.
What's for supper? I wish I knew.
Yeah.
Got a few leftovers. I fried extra potatoes at lunch, so we got some leftover fried potatoes to start with, and I think there's still some of the roast beef. So it'll just be leftover this and leftover that.
Yeah.
I have 2 pieces of bacon. That's all I have for my lunch today.
Yeah.
And so it's like, oops. But I'm glad that I caught you on at least for a while. But,
Oh, I know.
but Kathy, it'll be private, Candy. It's just private Zoom. There won't be a notification at all.
Huh.
Then tomorrow will be the block class day, and then I have grandkids on Friday. Lunch date with my 83-year-old friend that lost her vision.
Mm.
And that makes it hard because she can't quilt anymore.
That would be hard not to be able to do anything.
Well, she's got a whole stack of quilt blocks that needs to be put in a quilt. And the
So
quilt guild over there, she made probably 150 quilts out of fabric that they kept bringing to her house.
Mm-hmm.
And she made quilts of valor, quilts to send over with the Lutheran Church. She did baby quilts for Vanessa Behan Crisis Center, and she just popped them out and delivered them even.
Hmm.
And they could come grab those blocks and complete her that quilt.
They could, yeah.
I wish they would.
But yeah. And spend some time with her while they're doing it too. But
Yeah, and they have not come over once since she lost her sight.
oh, what happened? I guess I'll not be going to Kathy's channel then.
Yeah.
Do you sell quilts?
You wouldn't want to know around the price.
That's right.
Charge around. I'd want more than that because sometimes I spend that much just for the fabric to
Yeah.
make
Yeah, that's just
this the
material.
material. Yeah.
That's
And
the
then
front.
there's that $20 an hour that you got to charge, and there's always a couple of extra hours on that. And
If I was going to sell one, I'd probably price it for about 350 is what I'd probably ask.
yeah,
And that's still,
that's still low. Go on
Yeah.
Etsy, look at the prices on those quilts.
uh-oh. Now we have Wilkes here too. The guys are coming out now.
And I'm fixing to sign off. That my friend said she was leaving her house, so she just lives a few miles away, so she'll be here in just a little bit.
Okay. Well,
Maybe-
Well,
Catch
it was
up
nice
with you
following
later.
you. I got my black. Oh, is this the?
She
Is this the
shut
chicken
down
place?
her. Yeah, she shut down her store, so she's got to help me with mine now. So
okay.
that's yep. You got the
I know I
chicken.
printed other ones, and I
Oh.
wanted to make sure I was using Rita's chicken. 'Cause
How
this is yours, right?
That's it. Yeah, has it got the bonnet? No, you don't have the bonnet though, do
No,
you?
that's okay because I have Sunbonnet Sue here, so I can get the bonnet from Sunbonnet.
Okay.
I have a whole thing of UFO Sunbonnet Sue.
Okay. And that's what I use because I can't draw nothing, so I just kind of position one of them on there, and it worked for me.
Yeah, so I have the Sunbonnet. Yeah.
Okay. I'm taking off.
Yeah, and
Well,
I
have a good evening, Sandy.
and I'm taking off too. It's been fun hanging with y'all, and we're gonna do it again. So
Yeah.
I'll watch. Okay.
well,
Bye.
okay.
I'll
Bye,
be here
y'all.
if I see you around. Bye.